Hi everyone, welcome back to Genuine Steven, and by today that you are watching this, you would have noticed this this head here. Yes, I am doing my military service at the moment here in Singapore, but nonetheless, I hope to bring content to you guys. And actually, before I went into the military service, I'm glad that I was able to settle down here at where I am before I actually traveled to Germany and back to actually serve the nation. So right now I'm in the middle of serving the nation, and I would just like to show you guys the apartments that I have actually viewed. Just two studio apartments that are dual key concept that I've viewed in Singapore. And honestly, I wasn't very pleased with what I viewed, and thus I didn't settle with them actually. And here I am at where I am because I wasn't very happy with the options that I was presented with. But nonetheless, I'll show you guys what are the dual key concepts like here in Singapore, or probably what you'll be expecting when you are going to rent one of these apartments. So the first unit I went to look at was the Kingsford Waterbay, which is located at Upper Serangoon View. The nearest MRT I would say is pretty much Hougang. They actually have a shuttle service to and fro the apartment building, so that's nice to have. And here I am walking through the car park to get to the apartment block. Opening the main entrance, we are presented with the shoe cabinet before we see the two doors. Opening up the door, we are presented with the kitchen straight on our left hand side, with a hob, with a microwave, with a small sink, as well as a small fridge, as well as a washing machine. And on the right, as you can see, it's a small little cabinet to store all the things. And on the right hand side of the entrance, there is actually the bathroom. It's actually just okay. We have a small living space and it is brightly lit. So I went down to actually just look at the common facilities, and actually the pool was mind-blowing because the pool was absolutely huge. But other than that, there was actually a few different other facilities which I found was quite amazing. There are a lot of these small little corners which looks out to greenery, which is very nice and it's very calming as well. So why I didn't choose Kingsford Waterbay is because firstly it's situated at Hougang, which wasn't very convenient for where I was having my life situated at, which is right near the central CBD of Singapore, which is all around Raffles Place and City Hall. And secondly, I really felt that the space was really very tight. Right entering to the apartment, you are just being confined. Really, the space, it's like a small little hotel room, and that's all that you have. And you know, it's not the best option. You don't have like much space to walk around or to do your common activities. So yep. So the second building we are looking at is actually called Differentwood Towers, situated near Siglap. And I realized that I was actually dropped off near towards the private entrances. So I had to walk quite a distance to actually get to the security guard house to actually check myself into the building complex. Hi, yeah, for viewing. Hi. So that's the main unit right there, and then this is the side door to the unit itself. Okay, entrance. Shoot. Okay, that's AC. Toilet. Water heater. Wardrobe. Fridge. Okay, so the unit is actually split into two. It's like more like a dual key kind of idea, right? So like until the kitchen area, until here. So this is actually the door to the other apartment. So yeah, that's that. So can't reach there all. So this is just like the living space already, or the area it is. And yeah, I guess that's that. And I'm quite sad because it's not proper glass. It doesn't, seal up. So yeah, it's just, oh, it is. I think because of like cooking and stuff, you can see like these cabinets here are like a bit old and they look a bit oily already. Like the switches, you can see they are quite brown. But other than that, all this like closet is pretty clean, like space here, and it's quite doable, but looks a bit miserable because of the lighting. So I'll determine that like this is where just now we viewed the unit, the window is viewing out too. So supposedly that's just the bare minimum light that can enter to the unit, and other than that there's no more natural light already, so that's quite sad. So looking into the amenities, right, the playground, you can see the colors has just faded away, really. It's kind of sad, and there's just a swing. That's just where I came in from, and I think yeah, that's just where I came in from. And right there, if we are looking more in front, we can see that there's like some seesaw and benches. Okay, and in front it's the pool area. The pool looks okay, like, and you can see that the other houses are right beside. The pool is quite massive, honestly, but yeah, that's just that. There's not much around here anymore, so it looks quite old, but yeah, it's just quite dull. So just walking by, and I found that there's a mini mart in this building as well, but yeah, that's just the management office, and there's a function room too. Let's see, it's quite dark, but yeah, function room. There's a mini mart you can buy things from, not bad. Yeah, that's just that. After all, viewing the unit, right? The unit itself is quite spacious for like a studio, but it's miserable because the lighting is just very sad. There's like barely any much light really coming into the flat, and seriously, right, it's so dull. But honestly, there is a few bus stops, which is right outside here, which is going on a different direction from here. So there's 2 bus stops, and I remember I saw another bus stop earlier. So yeah, so as long as you are like, I think if you are maneuvering around like ECP, between like East Coast and the city, I think it's very, very fine. It's very fast actually. But yeah, that's just that. That's just what we saw earlier. So for Fernwood Towers, why I didn't choose that is because firstly, as you guys can see, it felt like back in the times where it is where the maid would enter to prepare the meals for the owners of the residence, and if they needed to stay, that it's the bedroom that they will be staying before they would take that exit to leave the place without really seeing the owners. And I felt that it was quite depressing on its own. There were barely much sunlight coming in, and not to say there was barely like, you know, much proper lighting, I would say, in the flat. It just felt very dead. It felt very dull in the whole place, although there was quite a few storage below the hob and right above, you know. The only key thing is the big kitchen. That was the main thing, but other than that, everything felt like it was off the place, and it just doesn't felt like somewhere I would see myself enjoying, you know, because there is just nothing to enjoy really. It just felt so dead. There was no natural lighting. There was, you know, barely something I could felt that I would really like about the place. So in the end, I didn't hit with Fernwood Towers as well. So it turned dark very quickly as I'm making this video, but thank you guys for watching. And yeah, this was the only 2 units I was able to view. And you know, considering COVID restrictions, right, and many people have to work from home, especially working professionals, the white collars working professionals, I really felt that like studio dual key concepts that I've viewed in, like that I've showed you guys in this video, just couldn't make, you know, just couldn't make the whole bare minimum, or just couldn't tick off the check boxes as a proper place to work from home, because the place at Kingsford Bay, it was just so small. You could barely had a proper desk to fit in there, and the second place itself just does not have a place to fit a desk at all. It just had a big massive kitchen, but like that was all. The bedroom was so small, you could fit like that queen bed itself or something, and that's all it is. And then there was a bathroom. There was not much place for any other things at all. So you don't even have a proper like dining table there as well. So yeah, that's just that. But if you guys are searching for an apartment, I really hope that you guys are able to find something that suits your need. But really, all this kind of dual key concept apartment, you guys have to really dig and dig and dig. I really felt that it was quite depressing to rent a dual key, you know, unit. I would rather advise you guys to look at renting a room in a proper unit itself rather than taking a dual key concept, because it's more expensive firstly, and secondly, you can still hear people that it's sharing the unit, just that it's, you know, just that you have a little bit more privacy because you have a wall splitting between you and your whoever that is living in that unit. But yeah, it's really more expensive for that privacy, and that you have very constrained, you know, space to live with, especially you don't have that communal living space anymore that you are sharing. You are really tied down to that space and you are paying more money for it. So I would really recommend you guys, if you guys don't view that privacy, it's the main thing that you are looking at, really, I would advise you guys to just look at a room in a proper unit, so you would have more living space, and you know, maybe you can meet more people to connect with. And yeah, that's just for this video. And if you guys have any questions about finding an apartment in Singapore, just leave it in the comment section down below. I am trying to respond to a comment actually that asked about you know, renting in Singapore, especially the HDB. I will try to get that sorted as soon as possible. I made a video about it. But yeah, that's just that for now. So thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye for now.